Just let me know whether my voice is clear or not. Is my voice clear? My video and audio? Good afternoon. I hope it's audible. Yeah, so welcome to another important session. As I said, this is going to be very important because generally we see people face repeated failures in UPSC because of the toughness of the exam and because of lack of guidance. People tend to fail again and again, either in prelims or mains, and some people even they couldn't crack interview, repeatedly. So we are going to analyze why people are unable to clear, why people are failing again and again. Some people are very much hardworking, they have good knowledge, and they do everything, but still they fail. So it's so, and sometimes it's very difficult to evaluate themselves. So in these cases, we need an external evaluator or somebody who has very much experience, to tell you where you are doing mistakes and all. So in this session, we'll discuss such questions. And today we are going to have very important guest, one of my dear friends, Akshay Deepak, who has cleared this exam twice. Previously got into Indian Defense Account Service, and now he's into Indian Administrative Service, and is currently under training at Mussoorie. I think very soon he will be joining the session. Yeah, hi everybody. Mm, So hope quickly if people join, then we can immediately start the session. And at the end of the session, we'll try to answer your questions, your queries and all. So first, the session will be mostly on why there are repeated failures and how to overcome these repeated failures, right? So we'll try to restrict this session. And even Akshay Deepak sir has some exam tomorrow, so he will be spending a little time only. Even after this hectic schedule, people they're coming to enlighten you. So try to use these sessions. We are not doing this for time pass here. Literally, I'm telling you, we are trying to help you every possible way, because we have faced all these failures and we have overcome them. Now we don't want other people to suffer like us. That is the only reason we am trying to conduct more and more sessions, and trying different backgrounds, so how they are clearing these exams. So for that reason, I'm trying to get other toppers as well on these live sessions. Yeah. Hopefully, oh yeah, I think so. Tell your friends and all to join the session. Is my voice clear? Somebody is saying that my voice is not, it's breaking. The others can tell, are you able to hear my voice clearly? Is my audio and video clear? Not clear. Is it clear now? No, it's clear. Okay, right. Maybe sometimes the issue can be on your side as well. Yeah. So we have Akshay Deepak sir now. Hi Akshay.
Hi, Rajinikanth.
So I'm
You?
good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm
So
fine.
how's training going on? Huh? How's weather and all there?
Weather is very cold here. Training
Yeah.
is fun actually. It keeps you occupied. You learn new things. You'll meet new seniors. For example, right now you have phase three people also officer trainees here, or like the officers. So we are having a good interaction with them. Especially I like sports, so I'm competing against them with sports. So it's fun.
So um, so how's life after? Hope this session is going to be very useful for all the aspirants, like especially those who are failing, as the session itself is about those repeated failures. You haven't
Yeah.
you yourself been into this preparation for a very long time, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
have seen lot of people, failing again and again in prelims.
True.
Even after studying a lot, and they have worked really very hard, sometimes because of some issues, some minor issues, and some, certain things which, stops them from clearing this examination. The same case with mains also. We have seen people writing mains again and again, and their scores remains the same, almost stagnant
Mm-hmm.
in their mains. However, you have improved. For example, you previously were into Indian defense accounts, and later you got very good rank and you got into IAS. So how did you overcome all these issues, and you have cracked this exam twice? So let's let's keep this session about all these aspects. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So you want me to start now?
Yeah. So now let us understand. Let's talk about prelims now. So what is the major reason you think why people are failing again and again? At least like 3 4 times they're failing in prelims. What do you think is the
Yeah.
major reason for it?
So I think the major reason why people are failing in prelims is they're not doing their basics properly. For example, they're just running around books, like only monthly magazines come, current affair magazines and all. So before that, I think first you have to cover your static part, which is very important. For example, I always keep telling this: if you see polity, economics, environment, so 15, 15, 15. It's 45 questions out of 100. This is almost half of the paper, these three subjects. So this is how it becomes very important, the static part. So once you do your static part, then you have to, I think, build on your current affairs simultaneously. And
True.
like you can do P3, PT365, so many other magazines are there, then you can build on it. But if you do only current affairs and not do your static, you won't succeed in prelims. And to add more to this, I think I would say that you also have to have an approach on how you'll deal with various kind of questions you don't know. Suppose there are two options you have eliminated, so how will you approach the question now? And with less time, what is the number of questions you have to attempt in the paper? uh, so based on all these, through proper mock tests, all India tests which are available in the market, you can get test papers home and all. You can come to a particular strategy and then deal with prelims. So you just can't only rely on one particular source or one strategy to deal with prelims.
Okay. One thing is that no. Generally what happens is that people know that they have to do static parts even after, like, they are confused like what is important in the static, like how to choose those topics, or how to revise the static part before the examination, and to
Okay.
what extent we have to do the current affairs. So how you manage current affairs and static before the exam, how you used to revise?
So basically, for static, I had my class notes. I used to definitely follow that. And apart from that, I used to do one standard book. For example, for polity, I used to do Lakshmikant. For environment, I used to do Shankar. Or then for ancient, I used to do Tamil Nadu book. So this was very crisp sources. I used to highlight in my textbook only or in my notes, and I used to just revise from that. I never used to make short notes for prelims. So this was my strategy for static. And if I come to current affairs, I used to only do PT 365. That's it at the end. When I had some time, I used to just do that and revise. So this I
Okay,
used to
then
do.
what?
That's
So what about CSAT? What was your strategy?
so for engineers also these days CSAT is becoming tough.
Yeah.
So I used to practice, like I used to take a test, a particular institute's full test for CSAT, and I used to do previous year questions as well. So even it was sometimes scary for me as well, CSAT. So I think practice makes a man perfect. I used to follow this strategy and revise all my formulas. And one day before the exam, I think 6 to 7 hours. Suppose Sunday is prelims, so Saturday afternoon, right from afternoon, I used to do CSAT.
So how many questions you used to attempt in CSAT?
It used to hover around. I think there are 80 questions, so
Yeah.
I used to do around 55 to 60.
That's a good number.
50 is a
So
good
again,
number
once
actually.
again,
Hmm.
yeah, 50 definitely. Yeah, almost, those who are clearing it, they come around 40 to 45 on average. And yeah, so yeah, so one important aspect about prelims, like solving more number of tests. People generally believe that they are, they have solved 50 tests, 100 tests, even after that, again, they feel that they are failing. So what do you think? Why they are failing even after solving 50, 100 tests, mock tests, lot of tests? What
No,
do you think? What is the reason you believe?
so here, what I think is you just don't have to focus on the quantum of the test you do, but you have to realize like how much you're getting from each test, how much you're learning or adapting to the prelims kind of questions from each test. So this is crucial. For example, I'll say that I did, when the first time when I was attempting prelims, I did a full test series of a particular institute or something. So this gave me an idea on how to approach. So I was for example, if you do a prelims test, you don't have to see much of knowledge from that. You don't have to like sit down and read the solutions for 3 4 hours and all. That's not required like that. But how are your approach to the questions, how are you dealing with unknown questions? So these things I think you have to see from every paper. Some people, they get that in 50 tests, some people get that in 80 tests, but the quantum is not important. If you do 30 to 40 tests, it is enough, I feel, provided you learn from each of the tests. So this is very, very crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what they don't do is the one big common mistake now we can say is that whenever they do a test, they feel that that is just for the content. So remember, always treat your mock test. Of course, that is what we are saying. So always treat your mock test as something, like the final examination where you're going to attempt the questions. So try to understand the
True.
question, like what type of questions are asked, how they are asked, and how options are given. So how to eliminate, not eliminate, but like, yeah, how to, just check the pros and cons of the options and all. So this is what, required. Not just solving more number of tests, as you said, will not help. There should be some, minimum number of tests just to cover the syllabus. Yeah.
Yeah,
So as long as you have
definitely.
covered the syllabus, I think, as I said, like even I believe that 25, 30 is enough, more than enough. You can repeatedly, solve them, or you can just look at the solutions. You can learn from them. Yeah. So yeah, let's come to mains examination. Now
Yeah.
again, another important aspect. Many people after clearing prelims, with great difficulty, we clear prelims. Again, at the main stage, we fail again and again, which is like literally that is going to, destroy their morality and everything for this examination.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest those who are stagnant, in their mains examination?
So I think for mains, you need proper guidance. Firstly, uh, and again, like what are the different points to cover in syllabus, how to cover them, and all. And secondly, practice. Like you have 20 questions, whether to attempt 15 mark questions first or 10 marker questions first. So this is an again a different strategy. Then in thirdly, I would say that if you have your short notes in mains is very, very helpful. For example, if you have ready-made introductions and conclusions, so you don't have to think much. You actually have very, very less time in mains. So ready-made introductions and conclusions will be very helpful. Just for giving an example here, suppose in GS3 there's a topic called as Naxalism. So if that question comes in exam, so I can't think in the paper much. So if you have things already ready in hand, like if Naxalism comes, I'll write about, in introduction I'll write about Ministry of Home Affairs report saying that 45 districts or something are severely affected. So and then I'll draw
Red
a bar
corridor.
diagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll draw a bar diagram showing that earlier in 2008, in 2010 it was 118, now it is 45, something like that. And then I'll
Yeah.
draw an India map on the right side, uh, showing the red corridor. So these are all my value additions. This will be my introduction. And in conclusion, maybe I'll write something about winning hearts and minds approach, do for mains. And fourth, to add more for mains, I would say that you have to attempt every part of the question. For example, usually 10 markers have two parts in a question. So try to do that. And 15 marker has three parts in a question. Suppose, for example, I'll just give you one thing. 15 marker question is there and there's only one part of the question, there's only one thing which you have to address. You just cannot write 15 20 points under that. So please try to split the question uh, into 2 3 parts and then try to address it. For example, try to give a good way forward for only one part of the question, and then it will give a futuristic, a possible solution oriented outlook, a positive outlook for an officer as well. So these are some of the tricks which you can use in mains, which will be very helpful and was helpful for me this time as well. And most important is practice. You do not have it's okay, suppose you clear prelims, right from take 2 3 days off and immediately start off with answer writing practice. Because if you think that you'll complete your syllabus and then do, it's never going to happen. The syllabus is infinite. There are many questions which are going to come, so never do that. Yeah, Rajnikant, can you hear me?
I think, yeah, there's some disturbance. Yeah, now I can see.
Mhm.
I can hear. So what about essay and ethics? What was your strategy?
So
Because
essay,
these two are again different from the general studies papers.
so frankly speaking, I am not good at decoding essay till now. I've always got less marks in essay. That has actually sometimes pulled me down. Most of the time, it's pulled me down. So probably I'll give for ethics. For ethics again, I used to make my paper a little unique in the sense that I used to give in conclusions for the theory part. I used to give quotes. I used to include quotes by eminent thinkers, philosophers in my conclusions for in that. And for example, emotional intelligence is there. In introduction, I used to write, and then in conclusion, I used to write a quote saying that EQ gets you promoted, but IQ gets you placed, something like this. So this is an introduction and conclusion are the first and the last things which an examiner reads. So it creates that impression. So if your conclusion is good, obviously there will be a tendency, there is a possibility that you will be getting better marks. Yeah,
Akshay,
yeah,
is it audible?
yeah. Now we can. Yeah, I can
Your
hear you
video is not. Okay.
now.
As your audio is clear, I'm unable to see your video, but I don't know why I'm unable to see your video. Can you, just exit and come back again? Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think now we get time to answer your question. Your questions, your queries. You can ask if you have any doubts here. We'll try to answer your questions. We'll try to keep this video very short because this is Sunday and I don't want to trouble you people with lot of stuff and all.
I couldn't hear you.
As I said, like now we can start with the question and answer session. If they have any questions, you can answer maybe. Yeah, it would be great. Like if they, yeah, please ask your questions. Any queries? I think yeah, we'll go. So we do not read current affairs from us. How can we read? Like some one person has asked that like how to cover current affairs.
So I think daily newspaper reading for 1 hour, and if you've just started preparation, I think it would newspaper would take time, 1.5 to 2 hours. With time, it will gradually reduce. So newspaper is one of the most important source for current affairs. And then secondly, you can follow any magazine of an institute. That is good. Monthly magazine. This will be helpful in getting content for mains as well and interview also. So I think these two sources would be fine. So for prelims, mains, and interviews, you have different sources for current affairs. For prelims, I think this much would be fine, and then you can add with this with PT 365. If you do monthly, you don't have to do PT 365. So this is the thing. For mains, you have mains 365 and compilation of other institutes, as well as newspaper reading is must. For interview, newspaper reading is the most important. So we read 2 to 3 newspapers as the interview gets close by. So for interview preparation, I think current affairs has a very important weightage. See, suppose UPSC asks questions from 2 3 years before as well, but it's not possible. There's a human limitation. So I think if you do 1 year prior current affairs to prelims, it is fine. Suppose your exam is there in May 2025. If you do from May 2024 to April 2025, it is good, perfect. This is more than sufficient, and then you can slowly build on that. Even if
Okay.
questions come from last 2 3 years, if you are not able to do it, it's okay. You don't have to get top marks in prelims. You just have to get 60 to 65 questions correct. So work on that strategy. You don't have to top prelims.
Okay. So Satvika, this Manna Satvika, she's asking, suggest some test series for ethics in Ashok Nagar.
See, I took the ethics test series I took from different institutes. One I took near Sajal sir. That was there. That was, I think, from Civils Daily. And in Ashok Nagar, if you have to suggest, see, this will be difficult, but I think Vivekananda sir is very approachable. This is what I heard. So maybe you can try that out. But that's completely your choice. I think Rajinikanth would be
Okay.
a better person to answer this question here.
Maybe I would suggest like any institute is fine, but the point is that if they get personal guidance, because ethics, we feel that it's very easy subject, but when it comes to the examination, we don't score well. So if you do not know the reasons for not scoring well in the in the mains examination, so we keep on doing the same thing. So I believe as long as you get personal guidance from any teacher, I think you can find any you can go for any institute test series. So how to study newspaper? I think yeah. So this person Nagesh is asking how to study newspaper.
Okay. So again, initially when you start off, you'll feel that everything is important. But with time, you'll start to link the various topics of the newspaper with the syllabus, which is there. Suppose there's a conflict with the governor and the state government. So that you can link to federalism and its relations. So then you'll feel that it's important, and you can quote that example in your mains answers. So whenever you link the newspaper articles with the syllabus, then you'll know what to study, what not to study. Initially you'll feel important, just keep doing that. Automatically with time you'll reduce your time, you'll reduce the time taken for newspaper. For example, initially I took even 2.5 3 hours for studying the newspaper, but then later with experience it just came down to 1 hour.
Okay, another important question, sir. When to start mains test series before prelims or after prelims?
History, geography, economics, then the other static subjects. First try to do that, and once you'll have enough knowledge, maybe in December or something, you can start for mains. If you'll have a 1 year plan for clearing the exam, then November December would be the right time to know, just to start answer writing, just to see, just to get an idea on how to write. And then later the actual study starts only after prelims, where you can rigorously practice answers then. But give
Okay, so
I would say also give adequate time for prelims as well. For example, you start your answer writing in November December, that should go until I think Feb or something, Feb March, and then after March it should be only prelims again. Maybe you can, during Feb March also, you can write 3 4 answers a day. So it should be in a graded way you have to do.
I think there's disturbance with your audio. Yeah, is it clear, Akshay?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll take some more important questions here. Like yeah. So what is it like? Let's come to the conclusion now. So what do you think? What is the basic thing required to clear as the prelims is approaching now? People started. preparing for prelims, what are the basic requirements to clear prelims? Can you just give us some important points finally, just conclude?
See, one thing is, don't get scared by the exam. If the paper is difficult, I think it's an advantage. The cutoff will go very low. Uh, this is one thing. Second is,
Akshay, I think there is some issues with network.
okay, yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I think it's from my side only. Yeah, you carry on.
Yeah, first thing, don't get scared by the exam, and then if you're not scared, just practice. Keep practicing various questions. Try to do all India test series. Like various institutes, they have their open tests which are free. So try to utilize these things so that you'll get an idea where you stand, and do previous year questions. You'll get an idea how UPSC is framing their options and all. How many marks you're getting, and again, never neglect static. So for prelims there are three most important things. One is static, one is PYQ analysis, and past year questions, or the test series questions. This is the second thing. Third thing I would say is current affairs. So if you do all these three properly, you will definitely clear prelims. It's not a problem.
Oh, sorry guys, there was some issues with my network. So I think Akshay sir will come. Yeah. Sorry, Akshay. I think from my side itself there are some issues with network.
No issues, no issues.
Yeah. I think thank you, Akshay, once again. Like even after hectic schedule, I know you have exam tomorrow. Yes, spend some time, and I think your sessions, your valuable insights would definitely help students, upcoming aspirants to overcome this repeated failure. All 50% of them, then definitely always maintain that this composure, calmness during the examination, the exam day. That is very important, especially when you deal with CSAT. That 2 hours you have to yourself very calm. So don't think much about the results on the while giving the exam. Forget of the results. Just focus on the paper. Definitely, if you work hard someday, if not today, but tomorrow, definitely you will clear this examination. We all did. Even we have all come through that. A tough phase. We have seen failures. We have sit for this examination for many years. So it doesn't matter. Oh, so thank you, Akshay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Maybe
having
if you
me
get
here.
time once,
And
yeah, please.
all the best for all the aspirants. Just keep working hard, don't give up, and whatever you do, please do that with utmost sincerity and dedication. You will reach your goal at any point of time, and just consider this as a learning process. As Rajnikant said, don't focus on the results. Results will automatically come. Just do your bit of homework and hard work. That's it.
Yeah. So maybe if you get time, in the future, please try to come, for the, more live sessions.
Definitely.
It will be very
Yeah,
helpful. It will be very motivating for the students as well. Okay. Thank you so much, Akshay, and
definitely.
thank you, everyone. No, we'll end the session here.
Yeah, thank you, thank
Have a
you.
good day, guys.
Bye. Thank you, bye.